And you can hear that right now, Griff. Air raid sirens are sounding across Israel's second largest city of Tel Aviv. Stay with me here. Can you grab my vest? Just stay with us, Griff.
President Trump signaling that this mission is not over. The Supreme Leader, of course, is dead. His compound now destroyed. And tonight, Martha Raddatz is here on how this played out. This surprise daytime attack that appeared to catch the Supreme Leader and senior leaders off guard.
Tonight, with Iran's Supreme Leader now dead, his compound in ruins, one of the main goals of the joint U.S.-Israeli mission has been met. The Israelis have long tracked the movements of the Ayatollah, despite what officials say are his efforts to evade them. But the Ayatollah and other senior leaders were caught off guard, given the attack was during the day, an unprecedented move. But this U.S.-Israeli mission is far from over, and the risks remain high.
On February 28, 2026, a major military confrontation erupted in the Middle East as the United States and Israel launched a coordinated strike against Iran in what officials describe as a preemptive and strategic operation aimed at crippling Iran's military infrastructure and leadership. The offensive, widely reported today, marked one of the most serious escalations in recent history and raised fear of broader regional conflict. The campaign, described by the U.S. and the Israelite Authority as joint military efforts, targeted strategic sites throughout Iran, including an air defense installation, missile facility, and command center. The operation was designed to disrupt Iran's nuclear program and long-range missile capability, which U.S. officials have described as a growing threat to the regional stability and global security. In the early hours of the offensive, United States President Donald Trump announced on social media that Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, who had ruled the Islamic Republic since 1989, has been key in the strike.
Breaking news from the Middle East. There are reports as we come on the air that Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei has been killed in today's joint attack by the U.S. and Israel. This according to a senior Israeli official and a major Israeli broadcaster reporting Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has been shown a photo of Khamenei's body. Khamenei has been the leader of Iran since 1989. This would be big news if in fact true. He's the longest serving autocrat in the Middle East. The 86-year-old previously served as Iran's president, and he has controlled Iran's foreign and military policy, including its nuclear program, for decades. So let's get to Face the Nation moderator Margaret Brennan, who's been following this for us as well. Margaret, what do we know at this hour?
Well, Tony, I can tell you what my sources and our CBS reporting is at this hour. And a senior Israeli official told me that based on the bomb damage assessment seen at this point, the Supreme Leader, Ayatollah Khamenei, is presumed to be dead. That is as precise as the Israeli government is getting at this point in the confirmation they are sharing within their own government. Outside their government, within the political party of Benjamin Netanyahu, the prime minister, our reporters in Israel is hearing that members of the political party he belongs to are also being informed that Khamenei is dead. So you don't yet have official confirmation in terms of, for example, something as hard as a DNA sample, something that the U.S. government often waits for. But you have, based on a bomb damage assessment, a bomb damage from that explosion on the compound where he was believed to be earlier today. That is what the Israeli government is signaling. And you had earlier today an oblique reference made by the prime minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, in a speech where he said it looked like the signs are that the Ayatollah is no more. So that is what we know at this hour. Significant that the 86-year-old Supreme Leader, riddled with cancer, but very much the institution of the Iranian regime himself, is presumed to be dead at this hour in this surprise attack launched by the U.S. and Israel, which is swiftly looking like it may become a regional war.
Margaret, as you're speaking there, we were looking at pictures of the palace where the Ayatollah is thought to have been, smoke coming out of the top of it. If this reporting turns out to be true, and it certainly appears to be so at this hour, what would it mean for the future of this conflict? What might it mean for the future of Iran?
Well, that compound is believed to be where he was. I had U.S. officials earlier today saying to me, now, why would he be in such an obvious place when tensions are so high? So there are still some who want harder confirmation of the death. But if what the Israeli government is saying is accurate, what we know is that he is very much the regime. The Ayatollah embodies the ideological backbone, the religious cleric, the basis of the regime, and he is the embodiment of that, and very much amplifies this idea that they are about resistance to the United States, resistance to the state of Israel. As I mentioned, he's been sick with cancer for years. At 86 years old, though, he still very much firmly had control. What we know now is that succession plans will be turned to here. I've spoken to many analysts in recent days and asked that question, what comes next? Because we knew he would be a target. And the presumption here is that you will also have an ideologue step up. You may not have a pragmatist take his place. So you can't necessarily say this is going to be a better outcome than where we were. But just coming back, Tony, to what we heard from the President of the United States overnight, this is not a targeted operation that is limited to this killing. The president described a sustained military operation, and he called for regime change by saying the people of Iran need to rise up. So this may be a very significant symbolic and operational blow, but it is not the end of the operation, at least as described by President Trump.
Yeah, the president saying today, when we are finished, that was part of the quote, the Iranian people take control of your government. This would be a major milestone in that process. The reports today, as we come on the air, that Iran's supreme leader has been killed in these joint U.S.-Israeli strikes.
And you can hear that right now, Griff. Air raid sirens are sounding across Israel's second largest city of Tel Aviv. Stay with me here. Can you grab my vest? Just stay with us, Griff.
He's there in Tel Aviv as he puts on his protective wear, the flak jacket there. Sirens are ringing across Tel Aviv. Sirens have rung across Jerusalem. Iran clearly is retaliating. We have seen Israelis going to the bomb shelters. And Trey, a frightening moment there.
Yeah, right now, this is a defining moment. Israeli cities are under attack. And again, we can report to you at this hour, a senior Israeli official tells Fox News that Iran's supreme leader, the Ayatollah Khamenei, and Iran's president, Masoud Pezeshkian, were targeted in these strikes. The Israelis looking to decapitate Iranian leadership, to, as how some described in the planning process, cut the head of the snake. And the Americans supporting the Israelis in these strikes. This was a combined effort to take out Iranian leadership. We, again, don't have the battle damage assessments, but just stay with me here. Okay, you can see right now there's a missile interceptor, and my cameraman's going to stay on it. There's two of them right now soaring through the skies over Tel Aviv. And you can see those lines of white smoke. Those are the interceptors that are currently in the air right now, looking to intercept the incoming Iranian ballistic missile fire. You see, this is live right now as those sirens sounded. Millions of people across central Israel are in bomb shelters as the Israelis work to shoot down this incoming Iranian fire. And Griff, it just gives you a sense of how kinetic all of this is going to be in the hours and days ahead. Again, President Trump overnight making that address, not just to the nation, but to the world. And you can hear the explosions there. Those are interceptors that are successfully shooting down those incoming Iranian ballistic missiles.
Even though the supreme leader and much of the senior leadership is dead, and the U.S. and Israel control the skies over Iran, there are thousands of missiles that can range all the way to Israel, and so the risk remains high.
The U.S. has 35,000 forces in the region, 2 massive aircraft carriers, guided missile destroyers, and dozens of warplanes at the ready. A massive offensive force, but also a target for Iranian missiles, especially those bases throughout the region. Tonight, that threat from President Trump to the Iranian Revolutionary Guard to lay down their weapons or face certain death remains, and that challenge to the Iranian people to fight for change, something that has gotten tens of thousands of people killed over the years. President Trump saying hopefully the IRGC and police will peacefully merge with the Iranian patriots and work together as a unit to bring back the country to the greatness it deserves.
And Martha Raddatz with us here tonight as well. Martha, you and I have both reported from inside Iran and have seen firsthand the way of life there under the supreme leader and the effects of these U.S.-led economic sanctions for so many years.
David, you're so right. We have witnessed the suffering, the repression, the fear, but we've also seen such courage in those fighting against the regime. So as President Trump said, this could be an opportunity for greater change, but not without facing significant danger. David?
Martha Raddatz with us here on this major news night. Martha, thank you.
Please, if this is your first time watching this video, please you can hit up the subscribe button, like and share this video for more videos like this to come in the future. Peace out.